Good morning. Good morning. I messed it up. I messed up the thing. Are you in there? Can you bring up the thingy thing? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Chop Sports Show, coming to you live from. He's about to put it on the screen.
I have to
What? No, all right. Well, there he is. Good. We got Wrestling Rob in the building.
It was, you know how it happens where you lose something?
Rob's going to do it for me.
I got it.
All right, there it is. And that's the wrong one. I got a different one now. Go to the banners there. Top one, bang, Chop Sports Show, ladies and gentlemen. Chop Sports Show, not the daily, because we're not here every day, thank God. What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well out there, better than me, obviously. It is Sturch, it is Gooch. Wrestling Rob just storms through the door, and of course, A5 behind the glass, well, the other glass over there. Rob's over here. Ashmere Fit in the building as well. There's a whole lot of stuff to go into and get into today. Clearly, I showed up for work, so that's a thing. We'll get into all that shit. Who's there? Who's the first one? Oh, Sam. Yeah, Sam was one of the first ones on my Twitter to after one of the personal fouls that went down yesterday. He was like, "Come on, you know the rules." I'm like, "Bro, get the fuck out of here."
I was kind of scared to text you. I was like, not scared, but I was like, I'm worried about the kids. I can't.
BJ, yeah, man, always disappoint us every year. Good morning to you. Hey, listen, if you're new to the channel and you're new to this, we do this on Mondays and Fridays right here on the Chop Sports Network, on the YouTube channel, all that stuff. So be sure to follow along as we go.
Ooh,
but yeah,
piling in early this morning.
BJ might be a guy that he might be the kind of guy that, you know, just found me today. Well, not even that. He just found me today based off of what the transpiring events from last night with my professional career, as far as my exit of blogging the boys, because that's what I wanted to do and I chose to do. I'll get more into that.
Wait.
What?
Yeah,
no, all right, fine. I'll just get into
I mean, there's 20 people here, Dave. At 2 minutes in, we need to know.
So this is what happened. This is the truth, the God's honest truth. So every game, I do a post game.
This happened last night. You know, so
done.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So this happened last night. So every night after a win or a loss, me, Tony Catalina, Aiden Davis do a podcast entitled "The First and 10 Podcast" on the Blogging the Boys podcast network. Yesterday, clearly the season's over, right? But I know in my mind, I have to get home, try not to get home too late because it's already 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, I got to record a podcast. So let me get home and do that. I texted both of the guys, right? Nobody's really in the mood, right? Everybody, the season's over. We're fucked. Everybody's pissed. Tony turns out that he couldn't do it because his wife had went to bed early. And that's where he does the podcast. And he's like, bro, there's no way I can wake my wife up, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, I got it. Aiden, younger guy, you know, he was with his father, right? And he said, I forgot my mic, blah, blah, blah. I traveled to see my dad to watch the game. And I was like, all right, you know what? I made the conscious decision to fucking do this podcast by myself.
Well, that's honestly something I would have
18 minutes of ranting from me. That's what it was. Usually we go 35 minutes, right?
Maybe.
So I went 18 minutes. I went 18 minutes on the podcast and I was done. And I said, thank you guys for everything. Go Cowboys. See you next season. Blah, blah, blah. Sent that to the editor-in-chief, RJ Ochoa, who I've always kind of butted heads with him because of the fact that, A, he fired my friends last year after the Cowboys lost to the 49ers last year because they were drunk and went on a podcast and they were ripping Dak a new asshole. They're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, these guys, it's unacceptable. And despite the fact that they fired – first of all, they fired Brett Ernst. Brett Ernst is a nationally known comedian who's worth, I can't even tell you how much, and they just got rid of him like he was nothing. Bullshit, first of all. Second of all, I stuck around, and I went a whole year with these guys, and I was having a good time with it, and I sent them the thing, and I said, look, here's the situation. You know, Tony said at first he didn't want to do it, but then he had a real situation, and then Aiden couldn't do it, but then he hit me up like halfway through my edit, and it was already 10:30, and I'm like, I'm not doing this again. So it's over, right? So I sent it to RJ. RJ deemed this podcast, quote, unusable. Why? Because it was me? Because it was just me? I've carried your entire fucking network for a year, dude. Me and fucking Tony and Aiden have carried that network, my guy. Okay, I've seen the numbers, and I wasn't privy to that information and those stats. Guess what? I saw each and every one of those downloaded stats. We carried the network, bro. And you said my shit was unusable. Man, listen, I'm not going to burn a bridge with you. You're a good dude. I'm sure you're a family man, all that shit. But for you to tell me that I rushed home, left my family early to get home to do a podcast for your fucking network. And then you fucking do this? Bro.
3 Fs out of Dave.
I'm sorry, man, but you cannot do that to somebody who put the work in, and you paid me fucking pennies, dude. Pennies on the dollar to go out there and share my expertise with the Cowboys shit. And don't get me wrong, very grateful and very gracious for the opportunity and the platforms and the millions of downloads. No bullshit. Millions of downloads on this network. But for you to fucking tell me that my last podcast was unusable, please, man. And then on top of that, you acted like a fucking female investigating. Why didn't this get done? I don't understand. I was like, RJ, I texted you, bro. I said, look, these guys bailed last minute. That's it. That's the fucking truth. And then I just did it anyway. But it's not usable? Get fuck out of here, bro.
Ready,
I'm the best you got.
No. But what did he want you to do? Not do the show then? Just don't do it?
That's what he goes. He goes, well, where was the conversation where you guys, what was lost in translation? Were you not going to do an episode? I said, RJ, I sent you a fucking episode, dog. I did.
Nobody
fucking kidding me,
what
man?
What are you supposed to do if nobody wants to do it? And then there's a game next week. It was it. It was over.
Sturch from the top rope.
I mean, look, dude, it's upsetting because I did like my other colleagues. There's certain colleagues on there where I'm like, you guys are good at what you do. You got a voice for it. You're cool at it. I like what your takes are. There's also people that fake it to make it over there too. I'm not going to call you out, but Jesus Christ, some of your takes are horrific. Like the Cowboys should try to score more points in this game than they did last game. Bold fucking take, man. And then you got one guy who said we should have did a show the day after Hamlin got hurt. We should do a show because guess what? The Cowboys are in the NFC and that problem's in the AFC. Yeah. People said that kind of shit.
Hear his podcast.
Fuck out of here. Miss me with all your shit.
Can we drop the show?
Could you send me?
I'm gonna edit the show myself. I'll take blocking out.
18 minutes.
18 minutes of me just basically not even
shitting. Send me
shitting.
the link of the NFC guy. I want to hear. That's the dark humor I need, honestly.
I done my best I could over there. I have, and I honestly should have left. I should have. First of all, Silva, I went to the top rope once. Big O was my partner. We did the fucking doomsday device. I was the one jumping off. It wasn't pretty, but I did it. Okay, and that was the last time I did it. Guys, all right. Well, look, that's out of the way.
You should get a shirt and say I'm the best you got, and then sign it.
I am. I was. It's not even a question to me.
Look, the comments are flowing. I'm the best you got. That's the quote of the. It's the early in the year, but that's the quote of the year.
I was.
Bro, that is a good shirt, though, if you think about it.
I'll have Lauren make it today. Today I can have her make it down the hall.
You got to sign
it.
It's got to be like
my star signature.
It has to be.
Oh, of course.
Sturch from the top rope, and then on the back it says,
I'm the best you got.
Signed Dave Sturch.
You want to buy that, dude? No bullshit.
That's a good hoodie.
There was a guy on Cowboys Twitter, my boy Jay Tuck, Jordan Tucker, very very good content creator. I've had him on other shows. He had season tickets to the Cowboys, and he lives in Kansas City, so he would fly every other weekend or whatever it was. But then he was at the Tampa game, and when we beat Tampa, he was like, all his fans and followers were like, yo, Tuck, you got to be at San Fran. And he's like, bro, you see those ticket prices? I'm not doing it. He goes, each one of you guys Venmo me $1 and I'll go. Bro, the guy raised enough money to get out there, get a ticket, get a flight, and come home. That's how fucking impactful Cowboys Nation is on Twitter.
I believe it, though. That's a fact.
That shit's awesome.
All right, well, I need an eighth. So
where's the gummies when you need
everyone in the room Venmos me $1 at Chris Gucci.
Listen,
I'll take people in the room right now. We'll get one. We'll make it 2 if we hit the bud bus.
Hey, listen,
Venmo me $1.
Everybody like this video. I appreciate y'all. You're the best. But listen, the good things come to an end. I had a great audience over there. I had a lot of fun.
I got my phone right here. I'll give you a shout out for the $1.
Listen, listen. I need to get that off my chest. I saved it for today because I could have said it last night, but no. 1 a.m. I'm pleading with this guy. Like, man, just how is it not usable? I don't even know why I was begging that.
I would more mad. Like, listen, bro, I'm not mad that's not usable. I get you're mad that he said that to you because you took the time out to do it. I'm more mad that he doesn't understand. Like, this was the last game of the season. At least you were putting effort to do the show. And I'm going to sound like
Collinsworth here, right? But here's a guy, the guy who said it wasn't usable, who loves to hear himself talk and has a podcast every day by himself. I can talk him in circles. I could talk circles around this dude. Like, this is
He
ridiculous.
should be more mad at the other guys not wanting to do it.
No. I'm not. You know
No,
why?
not
Because
you. He should. Not
and
you.
he
You
was trying to get to
shouldn't.
the
I mean,
bottom
that
of it, like it was a bad relationship. Like, all right, who's lying here? Somebody's not telling the truth. And I'm like, no. I told
Did you see Dak's throw on 3rd and 6 in the
terrible. And we'll get into that. You want to just start with the Cowboys? I was going to do the chronological order. Start with the fucking Cowboys.
let's
Bring
go.
them
We
up.
got Dave.
We got people in the
Dave
room. Might as well
fired
bring
up.
them the
We're
fuck
gonna run
up.
it back.
So anyway,
I have so many questions.
yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna be able to use this content now. Though. It's probably
Yeah, they're telling me to cut it.
there was one. There's probably one edit.
in that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
What did I say? Just say
I know
it. What
what
did
he
I
said.
say?
It's,
Look at it. Look at it. What is this?
I knew it.
Oh, I said something. I said something bad.
Not
No,
bad, but
Like cancelable bad.
No. If it was, I wouldn't
give
do
a
it.
shit then. Whatever.
depends.
35 people, guys, let's go.
It depends who's canceling you.
The DeMar Hamlin thing?
No, that's fine. If anyone's canceled on that, it's me. It was like the
You're a female.
You're
or
a
something.
female acting like a female for researching something.
I'm saying like a
No,
bad
we got
girlfriend who's like
Look,
nagging you,
look,
or a
look,
boyfriend,
look,
whatever.
look,
Boyfriends do it. Actually, I don't know. Let me just say, I've nagged. That's what you were acting like. You weren't acting like a pro.
So
you were
were-
acting like.
so a nagger.
Fucking Ashley's like, there's no coming back from this one.
She don't give a fuck. Trust me. She was not even. She was tuned out.
Oh.
But yeah, these goddamn females don't
I
know how
didn't
to
even see
stop.
Hamlin yesterday.
And
Nobody
Jay-
did.
George coming in, yeah, the female. Come on, man. Everybody knows
That
that,
was
I'm a
terrible,
good dude in
dude.
that regard. Like
You're a
that's
piece
bull.
of
What I'm
shit,
saying
dude.
is, you shouldn't have tried to do all your investigative reporting
Like
at
a
1
girl.
a.m. like a
fucking girl.
wimp. Okay, how about that? Boys and girls can both be wimps.
You can't kill what's already dead, so
Dead.
you cannot cancel me.
I'm already gone. Way
Right.
far gone. It's just like it's so fucking upsetting.
Fuck.
But anyway,
Edit
to the
that.
game.
Edit that.
Oh, here we go. I'm a longtime BTB listener. Take my word for it. Sturch isn't exaggerating. He's easily the best voice on BTB. Easily. My man, Scott, thank you. Appreciate you. And of course, keep following us and follow everything that we do here because look, Cowboys offseason, according to the scoreboard, it's over. So now it's back to the drawing board again for the Dallas Cowboys. And look, I went into this game thinking the clock was going to strike midnight on Purdy, and I think it was starting to. They were in his face a lot. The Cowboys defense, which was supposed to be completely, overmatched with all these weapons and Debo and CMC and all these guys. And I mean, look, Kittle had himself a fucking day. But what I will say is they had him bottled up. If you hold the team that's averaging 35 points a game to 19, you should win that game. You should. What now? What?
No, we're trying to beat each other to comments here. They're fucking hilarious.
I love Kyle. These are great. So clearly our highest rated shows are always the ones that teams get bounced, by the way. But anyway, back to the focal point at hand here. The Cowboys played like shit. Tony Pollard going down early, that really hurt. Brett Maher lined up for the kick, the extra point. It got blocked. And I was like, well, at least it was blocked. But, bro, if you see the replay, that ball was going into the fourth row and to the left.
To the left.
I said, holy shit, bro. I can't believe this guy's in his own head. And that goes back to pregame. Debo and Trent, the left tackle for the Williams. They were in his face in the pregame. I'm like, yo, don't let them punk you like this again. Don't let them punk. They punked him.
He was missing field goals at pregame, too, they said.
14 of 18, they said. And Jerry Jones went up to him like, you motherfucker. I'll tell you right now, boy, you miss one field goal, you are as good as dead. And he's gone. He's definitely gone. There's no way you bring back Brett Maher. He had the yips from the jump. But anyway, back to the game. So obviously Dak Prescott played piss poor again, right? And it's very hard for me to think about this. And I did some research right before the show, and I wanted to see how long Romo was there in his effective days. Romo was there from effectively, he was there from 2003 to 2016, but he didn't start until 2006. So he was given a 10-year window to do something for Dallas. And while he put up literally all pro numbers and won some playoff games here and there and got the monkey off his back here and there, right? All that stuff. All of a sudden, Romo just never get it done. And then he gets hurt and it's over. Dak Prescott now is entering year 8 of his tenure as Dallas Cowboys for quarterback. And I'm here to tell you that at this point right now, you have to start looking. I'm not saying replace them, because all the people out there saying trade, cut, you're all morons, because you know you can't because of the contract, the way it's structured.
There's nowhere they could even look.
You know you're not going anywhere. And I understand that fucking Brock Purdy outplayed him, or technically outplayed him. I mean, he really didn't.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think he did. But what I'm saying is this: you cannot trade or cut Dak Prescott. Believe it or not, Cowboys Nation, if you're listening right now, you are stuck with this guy. He is our guy, so let's ride with him.
I don't think he's cuttable, but if they could take a team, I don't know the numbers exactly like you do probably, but I think if they could get a team to take on the money, they could trade him without it hurting.
Sure. I mean, there are teams with salary cap room, right? I got guys, I would trade him straight for Lamar. I would not, right? But look at Derek Carr. He's available. He'll put you over the top. Are we kidding?
Thoughts on this, Dave?
What's up?
Dak for the most part has had a better surrounding Dallas roster, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. Dak Prescott has had the weapons. Now, there's a lot of talk and banter and chatter on the interwebs right now about the fact that Dak Prescott needs a number 2, right? You paid Michael Gallup to be your number 2. He's clearly not it, right? And then you bring in T.Y. Hilton, right? As a seasoned vet, he makes a couple big plays, the big play against Philly on Christmas Eve, right? But that's also not a number 2.
I have a question. If they would have kept Amari Cooper and figured out a way to get rid of Zeke, do you think they would have been better off this year?
That's a good question.
It's a very good question, and I think you're on to something. I think you are.
Yeah, it's a receiver league.
Yeah, I mean, BJ coming in should have never traded Cooper. I agree with you, buddy. I just and not even that, they trade him for a bag of balls. You know what I'm saying? A 5th round pick where bro, ready for this mind-numbing stat? Chase Claypool warranted a 2nd rounder. And Cooper, they got a 5th.
That's a good point.
Well, no, let's be real here. Leverage was everything in that. Everybody knew the Cowboys were going to cut Cooper if they didn't trade him.
Right, so they were trying to get something.
They got something for him. So you can't really look at it like that. And you also can't look at the Bears' ineptitude and look at around the league and expect everybody else to be that bad. That's a terrible move by that GM. And it shouldn't set any type of precedent. Usually what happens when a move gets made like that, the league all rallies together and they say, well, that was bad. They all talk shit about it. So they unset that precedent. They don't want people to think that that's the going rate for a
100%.
top 40 receiver.
And that market was reset. So now you look to the draft, you look to the free agency. I don't know, man. I mean, like right now you are like hamstrung by a lot of these contracts. You are. And I know the Zeke stuff, and I've been the bat for both of these guys, man. Zeke and Dak are my guys. I love them to death. The personalities are great. Dak is a wonderful human being. Zeke is funny as shit. I love him on this team.
Hey,
but the contracts are fucking us up right now in this moment.
Doesn't make them right. I'm glad we dodged that bullet. I don't think that everything the Packers have done
that's a dodged bullet, my friend.
I'm very happy.
I would much rather have Dobbs and Christian Watson over a Chase Claypool right now. I would. Or get in the Packers case, they have both. You know, they have both of those guys. So
is this true? Do you think this is true? If the Cowboys offered the Ravens Dak for Lamar, straight up, the Ravens would laugh.
I don't think it's a thing. I don't think. Listen, I think foreseeable future, ride or die. This is your quarterback. You could start looking for the future. And you know what's sick and twisted? Like over the last couple of years, I always thought to myself, the Cowboys are going to put themselves in a position to draft Stephen Jones's grandson as the future.
Wait, what do you mean draft?
Draft him, like sign him when he's out of college. Like
he's got like 2-3 years left, right?
He's got like
he's going to sophomore.
He was playing high school ball in like the last one of the Hard Knocks things,
is he
right?
Good?
He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback. He's one.
And this is want to talk about a.
My nephew was a quarterback in his
but
gym class.
What I'm saying is, on a gym
is he good?
Speaking of gym
quarterback,
class,
is he like a prospect? Is he supposed to be an NFL prospect?
He's not. He's probably like in the Rivals 150. I would say.
So then no.
He's won 2 state championships in high school Texas football. So he could be, can't be. That's where.
But all I'm saying is
Ken Dorsey was on the best team that ever was assembled.
There you go. You're right there.
The thing is with the Cowboys is that it's such a family-run business. It wouldn't surprise me.
I wonder if it's a rich school. I wonder if they got money over there in that school.
Obviously.
Probably recruits and things like that.
BJ coming and saying, we better not lose Dan Quinn.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you
that kid. He's worked his whole life for everything he's got.
I'm here to tell you that Dan Quinn's as good as gone. He's gone. Like what he just did and delivered another performance and held the Niners to 19 points. That's another winning performance. You win those games in the NFL.
I feel like if these guys all,
he's going to Denver or he's going to go to one of these spots.
Damn, Denver's really going to fuck up and hire.
I don't think this is a topic at all. I mean, these guys are professionals. It's a business. And for the past 3 years, everyone's kind of been thinking.
Yeah. So again, yes, the 214 thing, everything, all that stuff was marketable for Jerry, right? And everybody made their money, and you made dude.
Except Dak.
I'm one of the schmucks.
He hasn't gotten paid yet.
I'm one of the schmucks. Dak Prescott,
like all his money's been deferred. I guess he did get the bonus.
No, he's getting $50 million next year, so he's getting paid.
So he hasn't gotten it yet.
I mean, he has to have it. So I mean, it's guaranteed. So, but what I'm saying is this: like the Zeke stuff, like they had remember when Pollard first came on and Jerry Jones made headlines, said Zeke who, right? Then there was a fucking shirt made. Guess what schmuck bought the shirt? So like they're still buying into this shit year in and year out. And I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, I'm done with this team. Last year, I was like, fuck this whole thing. I can't do it anymore, right? But then within a week, I was like, all right, so what pick do they got? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm always in it. I'm always going to be all in. And, last night I'm getting texts from Keith and Brett of the Jersey Boys podcast saying, if Rush was in the game, we win this one. And I was like, what?
No way.
But then I'm thinking to myself, like deep down, I'm like, oh, God. When Rush was in there, he didn't really make a lot of mistakes. Dak's a gunslinger, man. He's purebred gunslinging dude. His decision-making last night was, once again, horrific. And in the big spot, they couldn't get it done. And now the Cowboys are going home again. Now it's 28 years since the last time they've done anything. So now it's just going to continue to pile on. And I'm not sure. Look, I said it last night. I don't say many words after a loss like that, but like, I am grateful that I got to watch these games with my family, my kids, all these, that's great because some people don't have that. And that's a luxury for me. Right. But all I want out of life is one more fucking Super Bowl. Just one, not a dynasty, none of that shit. I want one for the embrace of my family. And I don't know if that's ever going to happen in my lifetime now. I have to now raise my son and daughter to be like, hey, look, this is your team. But if you want to choose somebody else to avoid what your dad went through for 30 fucking years, you might want to do that. I'm joking. They don't have a choice.
He's a 2-star.
John Stephen Jones.
And also he's at Arkansas.
Oh, he's at Arkansas. Another thing. That's their family school.
There's two. The other one is like as a walk-on at Texas. He'll never ever see the field.
No,
never.
I don't even know if Arch Manning's going to see the field at Texas.
100%. Hey, listen, George Bennett Watson coming in saying draft a good backup quarterback, put pressure on 4, draft Bijan and another good running back. And I was saying it before. I asked Chris because he's been watching a lot of Bijan Robinson tape.
Baby.
And I said, is he the real deal? And he said he's a man amongst boys. So it's like, cool. Like, can we do it? I don't know
if he's going to drop to 26 though. Running back, he could go in the top 10. And then he could go out of the first round. You have no idea how it's going to.
He is really good, like really, really good. But
run.
Thing is why you think Jerry would be like, let's get him no matter what.
It's not even that. It's lineage. It's family. It's like they don't give a rat's ass. If he's able to go up to the podium by himself. What?
Bijan Robinson?
No, he's talking about Stephen Jones.
John Stephen Robinson.
Yeah.
Jabrube saying best running back prospect of all time. I don't know about that, but he is a stud.
You can make the case. It's tough to say. Adrian Peterson was a pretty good running back prospect. But
you know what? And it's funny.
He's up there.
Jeff's coming in. The bright side. We sent Tom Brady pack. Yeah, we did a favor for the entire NFL. We did because now you're not talking about Brady in the conference championship at all, right? So that's fun. That's a moral victory if you want to take it that. Because last week I'm singing a different tune. I'm all in. Dak Prescott played lights out. This is great. He's a top 10 quarterback. League. It is a week-to-week league. Jimmy Palumbo said it a million times. I've always said, go F yourself, Jimmy, on that kind of bullshit. But it's as true as it gets, man. It's as true as it gets. And the Cowboys are in trouble because there's a lot of money tied up in a specific amount of players. And all of a sudden, they got holes, man.
I have to admit, the first person I heard talking good about Brock Purdy was
Kyle.
Pre-draft last year. I got to give him
he made a video,
I texted him in that group chat when he became Mr. Irrelevant. I said, Kyle, your boy just got drafted. Last pick in the draft. He went out there. Look, I think he was.
And then Kyle faded him his first 2 games. But I think he won on the first one that he faded.
Listen, Brock Purdy and the Niners, I'm not about to not give them any credit. They got it done. George Kittle made a catch that I was like, as soon as he caught that ball after the 18 juggles, I'm like, okay, this one's over. Like that. You felt it in your heart of hearts that if like the ball don't lie. And that ball fell right into his hands and juggled. And then it's like, and then Diggs comes up limp because he's about to pop him. But in the NFL, you got to know, you got to be careful because if you would have nailed George Kittle on that right then and there, it could have very well been a 15-yard penalty regardless. Defenseless or not, they would have thrown a flag. They were doing that yesterday for multiple things, for and against the Cowboys. Like, they were.
15's better than 30.
100%, but it's still a first down. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
What was your take on the first interception, the real bad one? It was supposed to be
went nuts on
out.
it at first. I went nuts on it at first. I said, you got to be kidding me with this read.
It was bad.
Then I watched Michael Gallup's route, and he stopped. He stopped his route on a comeback. He's supposed to run a 10 and back.
I would look at
he
that
stopped
as
halfway, and here income
that's not
cornerback
necessarily
jumps the
on
route.
either guy. That's one of those field plays where it's like if there's coverage, you might want to sit it down in the zone, and you're supposed to be on the same page. That happens. It's not really a bad
100%
throw
it happens. I just
or a bad
think
route.
that first one wasn't on
more
Dak.
of a miscommunication.
The next one they're driving. They're like in
The next one's
30, right?
brutal. The next one, and I told my dad this, and I told my brother and Chris, I said, he snaps the ball. Like if Ant's my receiver and I'm lined up, he snaps the ball and he looks and he locks eyes with that one receiver, man.
Yeah.
And he does not do a progressional read at all. And he's like, CD's my guy on this one. I'm throwing it here. Watch this tight window shit. And he threw a pick. It's like, you can't do that in the NFL, man. You got to go through your reads. And I know Brett Ernst always drilling that in my head. Like, the guy's progression sucks. And I'm like, no, he's a slinger. And I'm like, he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. Those fucking reads are awful because they don't exist sometimes.
Let's talk about the last play of the game. What the hell were they thinking? Zeke at center.
If you know what's crazy? If there is a possibility that for whatever reason the Cowboys move on from Zeke, that's your last play as a Cowboy?
Getting ran over.
Getting fucking trucked to death.
I mean, I feel like it's probably fitting as a pass blocker that he was his whole Cowboys career that he would pass block on his final
You're not
snap
wrong.
as a Dallas Cowboy.
You're not wrong.
That's been fucking. I had that one cocked in the chamber. Thank you, Rob, for bringing that up.
But anyway, I don't know what they do with Zeke. The 49ers, give him credit. Brock Purdy got another one done. Couple bad throws, couple, in your face. He tried to scramble a couple times where it would have worked against a bad defense, but it didn't work against Dallas. They put it on him multiple times. But again, ultimately, at the end, 49ers scored one more touchdown than the Cowboys, and that was the difference.
What do you think the walkthrough was like on that play when McCarthy was like trying to tell everybody, "This is what we're gonna do on if we're down"?
It's
like against the 49ers defense, they were probably like, "All right."
Coach. My dad goes, "Do you think Zeke's gonna like pitch it? Does he have to go into the
legs?"
legs?"
The same thing. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, and the way the 49ers came out, I'm like, "Why isn't there at least two people in front of the Zeke?"
Because everybody's in coverage. All the linemen are out.
That, but you knew he was going to snap it, and then Dak was going to throw, and they were probably going to pick because now he could be pitched to. He can't be thrown to.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, I would tackle him right the fuck away. As soon as he snaps the ball, I'm driving him to the ground.
Tony Pollard going out was a big thing, man, because I'm not saying that Tony Pollard would have been more effective on that last play.
49ers have a good chance, though, right?
Yes, absolutely. They have a very good chance.
Yeah.
Stay in the NFC. Let's segue over to the Giants,
NFC,
actually.
back?
Yeah, so we were going to do it in chronological, but we won't. But the NFC is down to now the Eagles and the 49ers. So clearly the Eagles, they sparked them, and it wasn't close from the start. Shout out to myself for thinking that the Giants had a chance. I don't know. Chris laughed all the way on this one. He was like, how does anybody believe in this? Like, they were like statistically and all the analytically
Eagles first
a
half,
shit team.
Eagles
and I'm like,
first
they got a
half
shot.
was the bet of the year for me. Honestly,
ass. From the coin.
I found it hysterical that, I mean, I get it because you want to build it a little bit and you want to try and sell the fight, so to speak. But the Eagles have been waiting for this game. Like you don't look ahead, this and that. Well, the Eagles were in a position where they were able to realistically look ahead, get their linemen healthy. The Eagles' offensive line looks so good.
They really did. They had time to do everything. Everybody under the sun had some yards. Everybody was catching balls.
O-line against the 49ers D-line. But then you look at both sides of the ball, both those teams. That's going to be a great.
It's going to be a very, very good game. And you know what? It's crazy because
grimy in the
it's one of those things where it's like, obviously you don't want Dallas to win, but it's like at the same time, I'm like, God, will we have been able to run with that shit? Like that looks like a fucking high power team.
Yeah,
and look,
Jalen
if you're a
Hurts
Giants fan out there
cylinders.
and you're a Cowboys fan, obviously all eyes on the San Francisco 49ers to hopefully get it done because Lord knows we can't deal with another horse shit eating fucking Eagles celebration. I know Danny DeJesus in there right now saying, Bird Gang, all that shit. Look, Eagles got themselves a squad. They got themselves a quarterback. They don't have themselves a likable coach. My God.
Unless you're an Eagles
My
fan.
God.
Listen,
My
I'm an asshole. I'm
God.
an asshole.
I would
When
love. He's like Pete Carroll to me. You gotta hate him if you don't have him, but if you have him, you're like, word.
That's true too. I agree with that.
You know,
But
the
did you
Eagles
see him-
fans have to love Sirianni.
As the camera's coming around, I'm
Bro,
like,
is there anything more Philly than that?
no, exactly.
So it embodies their city. I think it's a good fit. He's a good coach, and he has a really good team, so it
Beating
helps.
the Colts by 1 and just going into the crowd like, "What's
Oh,
up?"
yeah,
I'm like,
because
fucking A. I understand, but still, it's
They
like,
were
come
probably
on.
talking shit to him
All
the
day, all day.
entire game.
My problem.
So look,
my biggest
I got
thing-
nothing.
Good.
Sore winners are the best. Like
Yeah,
when you're fucking
winning.
yeah,
especially
sore
when
winner.
you're
Yeah,
losing at
fuck you.
first.
And if you're from Philly, you're a Philly coach. Do what you got to do.
Did you see the
First
clip?
of all, go ahead.
Did you see the clip though? Like where you know how it is in the NFL. And actually, it's not just the NFL, high school, college, all the same thing. Players can't go past the 20.
Oh yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
He's like, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
No, I'm like, get out of here, bro. There's a coach box for a reason. You actually aren't allowed down
I
there.
love it.
You're not allowed down there. There's a coaching
His
box.
players probably fucking love him.
What?
His
Oh, yeah.
players
Oh,
probably
yeah.
love him.
Oh yeah.
And that's
And
really
whose bright ass idea was it to put a Philadelphia fucking Eagles home playoff game at night where
crazy,
these
too.
Neanderthals can get out there at 10 o'clock in the morning and start drinking? Maybe even earlier than that. I would again,
bro.
I-
These guys live.
Rob, you're gonna have to like pry me to go to not MLW, but I'm talking about like WrestleMania. Like that's gonna be a shit fest.
Well,
Shit,
you'll
we'll be there.
drunk. I won't be, but you'll be fucking hammered before that anyway. Though.
Bro, I talk about
I
it all
can't
the
drink in
time.
Philly.
Guys
I
like
get
this,
shot. I
guys
get
like
killed.
this, guys
Done.
like this make the rivalries that much more fun.
Oh, he's a
when you get to really
Sirianni
hate
is
somebody
officially-
genuinely, it makes you like the game more.
100%.
I love it.
because you want to see them lose.
what it's all
Sirianni is
about.
1,000% public enemy number 1 in the NFC East now. Everybody hates this guy. One of my most viral tweets of all time says this guy's got the most punchable face in the league, and it's not close.
Yeah,
And everybody loved it because the Fox is like, oh, let's get him fucking zoom in on this guy.
I bet you
Oh.
you're a Cowboys fan, so you would probably hate Sirianni more than Pete Carroll. But I'm a Packers fan, so I have my own
See him,
reasons
yeah.
why I hate Pete Carroll. But yeah, they're both kind of the same deal. They both suck.
They got
But they're
cousin Vinny in here. We'll get into the Bills in a second, but he's in there saying he's the top one punchable guy. He's a Bills fan. So like, it's not just the NFC East. It's
Let
like
me think. Who's more punchable?
Is this true? Philly had a lacrosse game, and since the Eagles fans could get into the parking lot early for their game, they were buying lacrosse tickets so they could pregame in the parking lot.
I mean,
God,
but that's also
that
sounds.
that is
fantastic.
legendary.
that
if
also-
that's a thing.
it's also probably legendary stupid. They probably had a run-in with the police when they were trying to clear out the parking lot, and they were hammered. And then they were like, "Well, we're drunk. Our cars are here. Well, you got to go because we're clearing
That's
out the
true,
parking
too,
lot,
though.
and then restarting for the next game because there's policies in place for a reason."
Unbelievable.
And that's why they said open the stadium at 4. So I could guarantee you there's a backstory or a secondary story to those idiots that were like, you know, how about this? Like a normal fucking adult, drink at home, drink on the train, get there at 4 like a normal fucking human, and enjoy.
No, that's not normal down there. Are you kidding? It's Philly. But yeah, so anyway, top to bottom, the
Shit.
Giants outmatched. They got some questions. You know, Daniel Jones obviously declined. They declined his 5th-year option. What do you do with DJ? Do you pay him top dollar? He ain't going to be worth the 40 that Dak is.
Did you see his
But he
comments,
might
though?
be. Right? It's like, what are we doing here?
They
What?
were asking him like the regular thing, like how do you feel? And he's like, "We'll cross that bridge when we get to it." He didn't want to it was like
I mean, he might be
did
out.
not-
As of right now, he's not under contract. It's over.
Who?
Daniel Jones.
Oh.
You know, and Saquon Barkley has the ability to be tagged. He gets shut down, does
after
nothing.
the game ends, the agent's like this. Like, well, before the game even starts, he said, "Look, if
I would have got a
everything-
contract
if
done
everything-
before that game.
if everything goes wrong
Possible.
here
Mhm.
in the post game, this is what you say." Because you don't want to give any leverage whatsoever. You say, if it happens, it happens. I'm open to go anywhere.
That's a good point. Like as an agent, like you'd be a smart agent because you would know I'm gonna sit by the tunnel when it's over, just to be like, yo, don't forget.
Here's what
It's-
you're going to
it's
say.
Business, it's business, it's business. I know you're pissed.
They'll
but
all forgive you
just-
when you sign there,
just
and they'll hate
listen,
you
say
again when
this
you
and get
throw
the fuck
2
out of
picks
there,
in the
right?
first
Like
half.
that's what you would think you would say.
It's just,
And
yeah.
that's why people are like,
That's
"Oh,
truth.
even we're gonna get to the Diggs thing, and he's a crybaby, and he left." Bro, what does everyone care? Like
Yeah.
this guy just got eliminated from the playoffs. They thought they were going to win the
3
Super
years in
Bowl
a
this
row.
year, and he's had a lot of tough playoff exits. Diggs has had in his career. I have no issue with a guy leaving, and then people are like, "Oh, he left without the look." If he's mad at his coaches, it might be best that he gets the fuck out of the room.
so you
know
know
what I mean?
blow it all up.
When
Yeah.
I'm in an argument with somebody, I think the best thing for me to do is get the fuck out of there and then reassess another time. I understand you have obligations to the media, but guys, get over yourselves, man. There's 53 other guys and coaches. If Diggs don't want to talk, he's going to face the music, but to act like he's a crybaby or really he's just a sore loser, which is okay in my book. Right? oh yeah, we're on the Eagles.
No, but
I'm just addressing some of the comments.
No,
I think it was.
You're right. You're 100% right though. There's 53.
It's like, bro, it's a football game, man. This is the playoffs. They get eliminated, and you're gonna hold a guy accountable for like what he does. He didn't hurt nobody, right? All he did was leave. The fuck is wrong with that? You usually when you're really mad, like you should leave. You should get out of that situation and go collect yourself. So, cry, baby.
Bengals or Jags, Chiefs?
Let's go to the Bills since we're on the Diggs thing. This game, absolutely
shocker.
Unreal to me. I don't know what happened. I tell you right now, and this is not like everything involves the Cowboys. You're not going to get the same energy on Josh Allen that you do on Dak Prescott, and Josh Allen's turned the ball over a bunch of times as well, and he played like garbage. And I say that the Bills once again just manhandled this time, and the credit to the Bengals. Those defensive players are playing, dude. They are playing, and I'm telling you right now, Joe Burrow. We said it today on Mojo. This dude. 100%.
The throws on third down
has leaped.
The story of the entire game, though, was that offensive line for the Bengals, what they were able to do with the 3 or 4 injuries that they had. And I even think that they lost a guy mid-game. Who would have thought that was going to be a major upgrade? Because they had the best running game that I've seen them have all year. Maybe have had better games, but against that defense in the situation on the road. And I do think that the weather helped. You got these cold weather teams that don't play well in the cold weather. Buffalo is a pass-first team. And you want to think that they're a power football team because they play up north and they got Josh Allen, the big running quarterback. But realistically, their game on offense is to throw the football, and their game on defense is to stop the run and penetrate those gaps hard. They paused. They weren't able to do it because they had no footing. And honestly, the Bengals just look like they're
is Allen's decline equal to Dak's.
You got to start looking at it now like that, though. You have to. Not that the guy needs to win a Super Bowl.
The guy when it's like neutral gang territory or like good weather situation, that dude is a stud, right? He's got a cannon for an arm. He's built like a brick shit house so he can run the football. He's quick. Josh Allen is a good star in this league.
Sam made like he's played this entire season basically injured with that elbow.
He's been hurt since the Jet game, right? Or even before that.
Surrounding that, no, I think it was the Jet game.
I mean, well, listen. I'm not about to start using injuries as an excuse because if you can, then Dak's got a plate in his fucking hand.
I'll tell you what I haven't heard. I haven't heard Josh Allen say he's hurt. So
correct.
Everybody gets these nagging injuries. Aaron Rodgers had a thumb injury all year. He has a broken thumb, right? It happens. It's football. You expect these things to happen, and it's the guys that are able to overcome all this that get anointed the great ones. And everybody deals with the same shit. Every team deals with injuries.
Allen under pressure the entire game. O-line dog shit. That's true. And it's crazy. The O-line conversation was about the Bengals going in.
Yeah. Bro, DJ Reader is a stud.
Bro, that whole thing, first of all,
so good.
Did you see how they named that the Bengals play the Hubbard yard dash? When he did it or whatever for the 98-yard.
Did you think that the Bills lost by 3 turnovers for Lamar or DeMar?
Oh my God, stop.
Bro, how about them just keep showing the box
kills it again
him in the thing? You're like, yeah,
dude,
there's him, and you're like, where is he?
This is gonna sound ridiculous.
Bills fans should have prayed harder.
This is not a hot take. Maybe it might be. What happened?
Bills fans should have prayed harder.
Oh my God, dude, come on, man.
It's fucked up.
I'm getting shit because I said girl. This guy's like, yeah, you guys should have kept praying. No, in the DeMar Hamlin thing. The fact they're like, there's DeMar. He's out and he's got the hand, the fucking thing with the heart, right? I'm like, is that him? Is it him? Or is this like a Tupac hologram situation where they're just like all of a sudden, like, maybe it's not him because nobody could fucking tell. They're like, oh, there he is. He's in the building and he's going up the elevator right now. And I'm like, man.
You find out he was in like Vegas.
Should have prayed harder.
It was somebody else.
I mean, seriously.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But realistically.
Oh my God. I love this
let's
show.
go back to the Diggs situation.
Yeah.
In like I'm pretty sure it was the first or second quarter, Allen overthrows him really bad, wide open. Then there's another play. I want to say it was like the third quarter, same kind of play where Dak throws the pick on the comeback play, throws it super low to him, makes the catch, gets stopped, and you see Diggs looking at him like up constantly. How much does that affect the rest of your team? Like you just said, when you're mad and you're going back to the locker room, they lose, you got to leave. Everyone makes a big deal out of it. That kind of affects the way your team comes around while you're playing the game.
Yeah,
where you're constantly screaming at your quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think he's wrong doing that while they're playing?
No, I think,
or
it's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like everything gets I feel like when things happen in between the lines in a football game, emotions, you have to give a pass on certain things, right? You want to win.
Fucking Scoop with the
Bro,
comment
Scoop
of the
with
day.
the thing and saying, look like the banker from Deal or No Deal. The latest offer is Josh Allen to throw another interceptions. Let's go find out what DeMar wants. And DeMar's like, all right, well then fuck it. We're going with it.
Yeah, he was like hooded up. It
Holy
looked like he was going to go
shit.
rob a bank, like the Chiefs fan.
Kevin coming in, hood,
Everybody
mask,
hear that
sunglasses up in the skybox.
You guys
showing
hear
him
that
through
story about
the
the super fan, Kansas City Chiefs super fan that dressed up like a wolf for every single Chiefs game?
Didn't he get in trouble?
He got caught.
He robbed the bank,
robbing
didn't he?
banks.
He robbed the bank.
Bro,
In
he
his-
was robbing
in his
banks
getup.
in his gear, in his Chiefs gear to support his Chiefs habit. This guy's a
Holy
fucking legend.
shit.
Let's bail him
Legendary.
out and get him on the show.
Oh my god,
That's a good
Scoop
story
with the
to talk.
fucking zinger of the day, as per usual. Sometimes we can't say what Scoop says on the show live, but you can read it in the comments. That one was good. That one was absolutely
Still-
good.
Let's make Scoop cry real quick.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the first game of the weekend, which was the Kansas City Chiefs taking down Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Sorry, Scoop. Sorry, Jess. Sorry, John. Sorry, the 4 fucking Jaguar fans that exist in this world. Sorry, Heather. You know, I got a lot of friends down there that in Jacksonville. Look, bad situation. Trevor Lawrence did what he had to do. I mean, when you break this game down, I think the biggest focal point for me and the thing I can't get out of my head is Chris Collinsworth's infatuation with fucking Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Bro, one of my tweets, I was like, congratulations. It's very hard to call a game with both of Mahomes' balls in your mouth. Like, because that was a gargle effect, bro. It was so bad.
Ooh,
Bro,
he got a boner.
He let the ball slip out of his hands. And he was like, that's a great play by Patrick Mahomes.
No, how about the throw where the Christian Kirk throw that
Yeah,
he made?
he's like,
Yo, we're throwing back,
60-yard fucking dart off his back foot across his body.
Oh.
It's like the best throw of the season by any
I
quarterback.
was like, what?
Oh
Let's
my
talk
God.
about this. Mahomes leg injury, right? Was it like beginning of the game, basically?
High ankle, which by the way takes out guys for weeks, and all of a sudden he's still playing.
You assume the Jaguar fans were, oh yeah, this is
Oh
our
yeah,
shot.
they saw blood in the water,
This is
100%.
our shot.
And Chad Henne went down there and scored a touchdown or
Right,
whatever.
right.
He's like, right down, bang, bang, bang down.
Just take all the
Oh.
breath out of the building.
The best part about
it was the Pacheco show on that drive.
it was
Yes, it
Pacheco
was.
was running like a madman.
How
I
good is
love.
that to see, though?
I
Just
love
like
it.
seeing from here, Rutgers.
He doesn't look like he went to Rutgers. Like when you see most Rutgers players,
He
in the
looks like a
NFL,
good
you're
football
You know,
player.
he's going to need a couple more years to fill out a little bit. Like this dude,
Yeah,
looks like
he runs.
looks like he's
hard.
from Alabama.
And every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's just like, I feel like he just hits the speed burst button on Madden and he just goes. Very, very good athlete. I love him on the Chiefs. I mean, that offense is going to fly. But again, and I'm not downplaying an injury for Patrick Mahomes, but a lot of this stuff, like the whole oh God, and there's like in the one-handed handoffs and shit. Like, bro, if you're that hurt, get out of the fucking game. Stop. Oh, he's a warrior. Okay,
Nah.
like I had people on Twitter.
I wish it was Dak limping
I
around
know,
back
I
there.
really
You
do.
would be like,
Oh,
He
what a
broke his
hero.
ankle and left
What a
forever.
hero.
He was out for the year.
Hero.
I love you for Blue Heart. Pray for DeMar.
Oh, this is the show that's gonna get us completely off the rails. Started hot, stayed hot all the way. No, but like it was just too much. And then I saw a lot of people like, if you're the coach, you got to take him out. It's like, first of all,
No
you're not
way.
going to question Andy Reid. First of all, second of all, what I think happened, and this is I can't confirm or deny, but I think Andy Reid said, "Go get that checked out, or you're not going back into the
He's
game."
a pussy for that, by the way. It's not a head
Well, he wants to
injury.
make sure there's no break
It
or
wasn't a
whatever.
head injury.
No, but make sure his
I
fucking
think-
ankle ain't falling off.
Being
I thought he
I'm
Based off the
joking.
way he's walking, you
I'm
think he's got
joking.
one
It was
leg.
a-
Obviously, I
it
know,
was a
but I
great
think it was like
move.
8 minutes left to go to halftime, and they were up. And I think he was like, "Listen, we'll put Chad Henne in, and if they start to score again, then yes, you're going to go back in." Because then he went to the locker room. I'm like, dude, he's definitely going to get a shot in his ankle or something. Because when he came back out, he was running. I'm like, yeah,
He ran into the locker room at halftime.
Like,
He
they
ran
shot
into
him.
the locker room at halftime.
They shot him.
Yeah,
or something.
Chad Henne's gonna start.
Where's that spread gonna go? But for
Don't
the
be
Jaguars,
surprised. That's a high ankle. If that shit's not gonna get better today, it's way worse.
Yeah,
it's a
gotta
it's a
be.
softball. You would have to assume it's a softball on his foot right now, and it sucks. But you know what? That's what we got: Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts,
Appreciate you,
and
bro.
Brock Purdy. Somehow.
Chad Henne.
Woo. Thanks, bro. Yeah. It's, first of all,
Chad Henne has
wait a
like
minute,
a
actually,
grandson at this point.
I
Jesus
believe-
Christ,
hey,
how is he
Rob,
still in the league?
where
Michigan
were you
boy.
yesterday for football?
Huh?
Where were you yesterday?
Hoboken. I was in Hoboken.
Hoboken.
Yeah.
Pong Kings is our buddy. He used to do the beer pong over at Big Shots, but now he goes to the Horseshoe.
I don't know.
I believe it's in Morristown. That place looks like it's fucking jumping. Like, and I
Horseshoe?
don't go out for football anymore. He confirm on the name of the place. I'll give him a shout. But it's like,
Is that like a cowboy bar? Like
I don't think so. I don't know. If that was the case, I'd be
where
there.
all guys go and watch Cowboys games together.
Do you remember Colorado Cafe?
I do, but I've never been to that.
You never went?
Bro.
It's a good time.
I
It's
was
like $2
like,
shots of
I
JMO
was
for
listening,
no reason.
I was like,
people were
heavy
dying out
into,
there.
like Young Money. At
Two
that point in my
$2
life.
Coors Light pints. I was gone. My wife is the podiatrist who said we're ready for PRP. Wait, hold on, Sam. Your wife's a podiatrist? Hit me up after the show. My feet are killing me.
Horseshoe
Wait,
Tavern.
there it is, Horseshoe Tavern. That place looks like
Dave,
a lot of fun.
podiatrist is a foot doctor. You're looking for a proctologist.
Ha ha ha! The zinger by Gooch here in the ninth.
Yes, man.
So no, I do. I need my ankles are killing me. I don't know what's going
Everybody
on.
knows that reference, right?
Target rich environment. He says.
If
Oh,
nobody
all
gets
right.
that. Nobody
Bunch
in this
of
room gets
bougie.
the ass man reference.
Ass man.
Yeah,
Of course, it's
nobody.
Seinfeld, baby.
Yeah, there you go, Rob.
What's up? Sorry, not a Seinfeld. I should have been.
Are
My dad
you
was.
kidding? You
Yeah,
never
I-
watch Seinfeld?
I watch. Listen,
Like
when it's on
episodes?
TV, I'll watch it. But like, I never was like the religious sit down and watch
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld shit.
I heard you're watching Succession now.
Me?
Yeah, aren't you watching Succession? What's the tweet you made that you said
Dave,
you were
are you a
watching that?
Friends
Oh
guy?
no. The one he
Friends.
told me to do forever.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
That's what it is.
I'm on
That's
that
what
one.
it is.
It's about two guys who start up a startup business and become really successful. Sound familiar? No. It's a really good show. I like it. In any event,
So we get a pretty big. No, we don't. Yes, we do.
What?
Well, Chiefs, Bengals, right?
yeah,
AFC
that's going to be
Championship
great.
game. That's
I
the
think it's
night
going to be
game,
fun.
too. That's the
That
night
is the
game.
night game. And obviously it's Brock Purdy and the Niners. And we'll obviously preview both of these games on Friday, make some picks. According to this sheet here, we all lost on the Jaguars game because we all picked the Chiefs to cover. So that didn't happen. Dave and Rob lost on the Giants. Chris and Dave won on the Bengals. And of course, Chris won on the 49ers. So that's the picks there. I'll add them all up later.
We were 3-3 last week. Me
3 and
he was
3?
like
Okay,
1 and
so
something.
I think Chris made a nice little comeback.
Yeah. Last time Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts played was in college. 42-41 shootout. Jalen Hurts won playing at Oklahoma.
By the way, guys, according to my point scoring format, I am in the lead.
Because you're taking regular fucking season awards away.
No, you won that. You can't apply like points to the point system. You won. You're the
So
champion.
is there a new point system
you
right now
won that.
that I'm not aware of?
Where are we making these?
how
things
how I
from?
would run a
I
pool
love
if
my
had run
structure.
one.
I love it. I love that.
So the first round, every win you get in the first round is worth a point.
okay.
So every team you advance, you get a point. Now the second round, if a team that you had advancing another round, you can't get those
Is
points.
30
Second round
points.
is 3 points.
Three?
Three.
Okay.
Third round is 5. Super Bowl champion is 10. And then the tiebreaker is.
I'll
the
have to
total
do
points
some
for the
math.
Super
Both my,
Bowl.
my Super Bowl shit's gone now. Bills lost
Yeah,
and
you're
Giants
out.
lost. I'm
He's
done.
out.
Who do I got in the Super Bowl?
You have the Chiefs.
I had the Cowboys.
One of you have the Bengals. One of you have the Chiefs.
I have the
know that.
Bengals.
I had the Chiefs going. So my AFC pick is still alive. The Cowboys are up in smoke, but yeah.
And what do you
So,
have?
Bengals 9.
Bengals Niners. That looks like it's probably like what.
I love
Who
it.
knows?
Listen,
Who
that's
knows?
the one I
The
want.
Championship game is up.
I want
Both
that.
these games are up in the air. If
Now I
Mahomes
want
plays-
that. Bengals Niners is
That's
my
true.
game.
That's true.
I mean, the Chiefs are only given a point right now.
It ruins you going to see the AFC Championship game in Atlanta.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it takes the wind right out of your
it
sails.
takes the wind out of my sails, but like I don't necessarily need.
Ready
that
for this,
win.
Scott? With a
But now
question.
you're
This is
watch it in the hotel room.
here's a good question. Is having to beat Daniel Jones, Brock Purdy, the easiest route of all time to the Super Bowl for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles?
No,
Why not? Are you kidding? Think about that though. Like
I mean,
I'd have
It's-
to look.
it's
but-
not the hardest route, but that defense is who he has to beat. Not Jalen Hurts. Like Brock Purdy's not rushing the quarterback. That defense is rushing the quarterbacks. So if you could everybody tries to do this all the time. They try and discredit titles, or they try and say like, even when it happens with LeBron, the bubble, but bro, everybody's under the same parameters. If Jalen Hurts, they played themselves in a position to take advantage of the matchups that they made in the playoffs. It is what it is, man. You can't discredit. If they win the Super Bowl, easy or not, yeah, we earned it. That's how it goes.
that is how it
The
goes.
Eagles had a really tough road the last time they won. Nobody gives a shit. If they lose this one, this is going to be a worse team than that last one, and this is a better team than that.
I got a text from Sean Boyan, Bills fan. Celebrity death match: Ken Dorsey versus Leslie Frazier. I hope they both lose. He didn't say lose. He said something else. But
Kyle came in with a good comment earlier. Do you think
fuck you, Sean.
Trey Lance is going to start if Brock Purdy wins? the
I
Super Bowl,
thought they
do you
kind of invested it or have gone verbal with that.
I think
Have
there's
they not said Purdy's the guy going forward?
No,
I thought I
way.
heard that.
they actually said nothing of the sort. They actually said that Jimmy G might start the NFC Championship game.
I mean, that's ridiculous. He's not gonna.
He's not.
I would never,
They
ever
did
in a
say it.
million years take
They did.
Purdy out
They
right
said he
now.
might be ready. They didn't name the starter, but if he's ready, they would have to.
They don't have to name
him
anything.
the starter.
He's the starter.
Well, practice dictates that. So if he's named the starter, he's going to be taking the reps with the ones,
Is that
and
the
then
same
Purdy
way how the
wouldn't.
Kaepernick thing started, like how Kaepernick
And you
had to
can't-
start,
And you
because
can't not say it because the media watches practice.
Alex Smith was starting and then got hurt, and then Kaepernick came over, went on this long run.
Yeah, and then Alex Smith kind of took his job in the offseason, and he was named the backup anyway before all that shit went down. So not to get into the Kaepernick thing, but when Kaepernick started kneeling, he was kneeling as the backup.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
yeah, that for sure.
Nobody really
Yeah.
tends to remember that, but yeah, that's definitely a thing. I hate Mahomes, and you got wait, hold on. There's you didn't answer the question. Mahomes, is he the most hated quarterback now? Is Patrick Mahomes the most hated quarterback?
I like Mahomes.
I like Mahomes.
I like his game. I just don't like the whole. This past weekend made me cringe. I'm
So
sorry.
like, if it's not fair, Mahomes has never done anything wrong.
He's
He's
just-
great. He's
it's
fun
his
to
bitch-made
watch. He's
brother
in
that's
the
doing
fifth
all the
straight
wrong
AFC
stuff.
Championship. He has a shitty family. All good. I'm sure we all have some issues there.
I have a
But
perfect
Patrick
family. I don't know
Mahomes
what
did
the
nothing
fuck you're
wrong.
talking
We
about.
should all be hating Chris Collinsworth like we all do. Mahomes didn't do shit. He's just good at football. It's not his fault.
I mean, he's cocky. He does have swag.
Oh, wait. So he's a pro athlete and he's great at his job and he's cocky. Yeah, that's what I
Have
want.
they been in the
That's
AFC
what I wanted
Championship
my
every
quarterback.
year since he's
Show
been in?
me Joe Burrow. Nobody's
Or not
talking
second
shit
year.
about Joe Burrow being the most
He's
hated.
so cool.
But you know who is the most cocky? Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
That's why
that's
you
a
love
fact.
him.
His best
It's just
line,
he
best line
carries
of the
it better.
weekend. He told everybody to go get their
Bro,
refunds.
did you see the little clip of him throwing the warm-up throw?
Oh, with the whole
Where he's
fadeaway.
swinging in slow
Oh, what a
motion?
great camera shot,
over.
man! I can
He's a fucking
appreciate that, bro.
superstar.
It was over.
Superstars do that shit.
That throw, and it was a wrap. Does Deshaun Payton's
It's not
thing
going
get
to
a little
Dallas.
more interesting now?
It's not going to Dallas.
You don't think so?
No, they're in on McCarthy.
Yo, they're
the whole
talking
way.
like 15 mil per for
Yeah,
Payton.
what
Get
the fuck?
outta
Who's
here,
gonna do
bro.
that? Besides, like the dumbass Texans or
It's
some
like-
shit like that, dude. We used to say this is a true statement right
Sean
now.
Payton's this piece of shit anyway.
That's okay. But here's
The bounty gate.
yeah, no. Well, that was more on the Greg
That was
Williams.
Greg,
Oh, yeah, my head.
I mean, they
coach knows
suspended this
nothing.
whole thing, and then Sean
Come
Payton
on,
turned
the
into
head
Kevin
coach.
Oh, he
James.
knew. Of course he knew. I
Turned
wouldn't
into
know.
Kevin James and made that terrible movie.
Which I don't even think it's really that wrong anyway. It's like, oh, you're paying players more money to make good hits on the opponent.
And you think that's the only coach that was doing that at that
Football,
time?
bro.
He was the only
That's
coach that got
that's
called
that's
out?
another true spot. Yeah,
Right.
You know, he got caught. Is what happened. Everybody else, there's
I just
always
don't think he's
little bonuses.
particularly-
Somebody didn't get
I
paid.
think
Why do
they're
you think these
supposed to.
college kids get the stickers?
I think he's
What?
a
No
slightly
shit.
overrated head coach. That's what I think. I think,
But
very Gruden like.
we used to say that the backup quarterback
That's a good
position is
point.
the best job in the NFL. No, the
Head
best
coach-
job in the
fired
NFL
head
is a
coach.
fired head coach,
Hell yeah.
bro. What's his went Bangkok, Thailand, right away. Just like, give me a flight, I'm out. Peace. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, he's getting 5.5 mil per through 2027.
that is
Oh, look at Matt Rule.
insanity.
He got all his NFL money, and now he's getting all that. He was still getting paid from Temple, right where he was before, or Baylor. Now he's
There's
getting
that Baylor.
all that money from the NFL. I think he's still getting paid from Baylor, and now where is he now? Nebraska.
And he leaves every team.
He got a
leaves,
job?
Every
Yeah,
every
he's
program
back
he
with
leaves is in a worse
Good
spot.
job, bro.
He's like, yo, all you got to do,
Stress free.
all you got to do is
Stress-free.
hire Matt Rule. He'll fuck your program up, right? You fire him, and then he gets
He's like
you
that
get to
one
pay him
coach.
for the next 15.
Who was the one coach who came in and ruined Philly? Chip Kelly. He came in and was like,
Destroyed it.
I'm going to run this run and gun offense. You guys are not going to be able to compete. And then everybody got gassed. And nobody was like, I hate this offense.
There
It
is a
sucks."
Sean Payton movie. It's on Netflix with Kevin James playing.
Oh,
Sean Payton.
George, it is rough. Kevin James plays him. He goes and coaches like
It's
this.
about. Is it about like Katrina?
No,
No.
it's about
What the
him
fuck
being
is
a
it
coach.
about?
It's what he did in his time off. And he coached his son's team. So it's like a feel good Netflix
it's
movie.
crazy.
The fuck?
How did you miss
Kevin
that
Jones
gem?
played a UFC fighter, a lion
Kevin James
tamer.
sucks, by the way. He's a douche.
That's what I don't understand. How does he get these?
Oh,
met
things?
him.
you
He's
are
an
just
asshole.
you are.
What?
That is
What? Because
that
he
is
fucking
Doug
because he's
fucking
like a-
Heffernan.
That's the best thing he ever did.
extremely below average actor. Very, very
Come
unfunny.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's acting. He's
Disagree
playing a
like he's
fucking
good, right?
That's all you think.
Yeah, thank you.
But just from King
Okay,
and Queens, though.
that's a good show.
right?
I admit.
No,
But I
Love
met him in
Carrie.
real life, and he was a fucking asshole to my face. That's first. Second, name another good thing he's in. Is he good in?
You don't like
stand-up
Here Comes the
comedy?
Boom?
Have you ever?
No.
What? What?
Bro,
Bro,
his stand-up's actually really funny too.
Tell me a funny joke he said.
Wait, what? Oh, now you're putting me on the spot. In his stand-up?
there's
Any- I don't
0%
know.
chance his
Anything.
stand-up is funny. Zero. It's like Chelsea Handler's probably
She
funnier.
sucks.
I love Chelsea.
You,
I don't think she's funny, but
I used to have to watch her.
Bro. She's your whole. She's like your whole.
I could promise you that me and her think very differently in terms of a lot of
No,
things.
but you're like the same like mannerisms.
I feel like that might have been the worst thing Rob's ever said to me. He's like,
I don't know
you
if
and
it's a-
Chelsea Handler,
the
you know.
same mannerisms. The same. Like it's like you're.
You
quick
remind me of
thinker,
Chelsea
like, bro,
Handler.
People, you're quick. Thinker.
Tomorrow
Rob.
on the show, after Mojo is going to be Gooch Lately, starring Chris Gucci.
And,
Mall
my
cop.
first guess is going to be Doug Heffernan.
Mall Cop. Oh my God, that was so
Oh,
bad.
Lord.
There was 2 of those anyway.
Oh my
Why?
God, I got 2 out of that.
Another guy stealing money from
Stealing
people.
Hollywood, bro. Stealing
Remember your boy,
dollars.
the Packers backup quarterback who
And-
stole bags
and-
of money everywhere he went? Matt Flynn.
Doug
Used to-
Peterson?
Let's be real
He
here.
used to steal bags of
Um,
money everywhere.
Jerry Stiller made that whole show.
That's a fact too.
I
agree.
love Jared. The dad, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
George Costanza's dad.
Yes. That's where he
Frank
originally came.
Costanza made King of Queens funny.
I mean, look,
hilarious.
So you could thank
like
Larry David
Spence
for
was
that.
good. His brother was good.
Grown Ups
That
has
show was
nothing to
great.
do with Kevin James.
Grown Ups
Sean.
was good.
Knock it off.
What, you said no to that too?
That's a
If
Sandler.
you're really going to
But he's
give
there.
that's like saying like Rob Schneider has good movies. He's in movies.
You seen the hot chick?
no.
You never see Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo?
Wasn't there 2 of
You
those?
never saw
too?
Benchwarmers?
Dave, there might be a
Rob Schneider.
How about this? No
Hidden
to all
gem.
of those, but even the movies that I say that I've seen, I've put on and not watched.
Oh man, tough crowd.
He's one of the leads. So we're 7 other people in that Grown Up movie. Guys, watch Mojo every Monday through Friday, 9 to 9:30. Prop bets getting started this weekend. Have you guys seen those?
I mean,
I'll
I've
show it
seen
to you
them.
on my phone.
I've seen them. They're on the thing. I got to talk to the powers that be to make sure it's a
It's like a
live
liquid
thing.
It is a
prop
lot.
bet.
I did it this weekend.
Nice.
I'm
It's a
already in the
liquid
beta
prop bet
testing.
where they never remove the ability to cash out your bet. And if you're not looking good towards the end, you could
You can
save
get
a
a
little
penny
bit
or
of the
two.
capital.
That's the thing you have with, and I noticed that too because we tested it with the Kelsey game Sunday, where it was like he had to have 7 catches was like the thing. So Harrison put in 100.
So you got to put in $7 because that's
So
what it
no,
looked
so-
like.
No. So 7. So it says the money. That is what it is.
Over under.
That's your over under. So yeah,
Okay.
it says $7, but you're trying to get 7 catches, obviously.
Okay.
He had 5 in by the time the second quarter started. Harrison ordered to be like $80, and he didn't even hit 70 yet.
Yeah.
7 yet. But when he gets to
Interesting.
7, like say he got 5 and it's the third quarter.
You can't drop a ball or drop a
no,
catch.
that's what I mean. Once it's 7, you're there.
It's over. It's
But
done.
you could also put more money in to get more, or you could short
Oh
it to go
shit!
less.
So if he gets
Yeah.
to 7 and all of a sudden the next prop bet's 10, and I'm like, all right, I'm in on 10.
I'm in on 10.
But
now.
if you lose that 10, you could lose some money.
but you could take it out though. You could
That's
take it out
fucking
live.
sick. That's good.
Unlike
I
any
like
other
that.
place out. I thought the same thing.
I like that a
that's
lot.
Smart move.
Go
That's
back to
a
the
smart
chat so I can say bye to people. I don't know who they
Kevin
are.
James is in a hit.
move. Yo, and you could the way they do it. They have like how many points will this guy get over under points in the NCAA tournament? Not just games. Over under touchdowns in the playoffs.
Wow.
So it's not just
Word.
like
It's a lot to get involved in
Yeah.
over there at Mojo. Download the app
It's-
right now. If you're in New Jersey, do it. New states coming to a theater near you hopefully
Colorado.
soon. Colorado on its way. NBA, I think, starts next
February
week.
1st.
Oh, look at that. Rob's got it all. Rob is the inside man here. This is what we need,
So
Rob.
now what's ended up happening is we got people that are just naming any movie that Kevin James has been in, whether or not his talent had anything to do with the
Oh my
overall
God. He
quality
was in
of the movie.
Hitch.
But do you think that
Wasn't.
when they
Hitch
were
was
like,
good.
we got Doug Heffernan for this movie, fucking solid. It was like the writing, Will Smith, whoever else was in the movie, it has zero to do with Kevin James. They could have literally inserted anybody, Jack Black, done. Same fucking movie.
Oh, don't. Oh, God.
Am I wrong?
Black. Saving Silverman.
Hey,
Hidden
listen,
gem.
For all you nostalgia guys, tonight is the 30th
Yeah.
anniversary for Monday.
Raw Triple X.
Night. Raw.
Raw
It's
Triple
also
X.
in Philly, so they just
Come on
degenerates-
down here, you
Right.
wrestler. Dave.
What? It's what? That's what he said. That's the quote. That's the
Royal
line.
Rumble this weekend, guys. Best time to be alive.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna throw a little bit of a party ski. The Papa Hen is leaving the nest for a weekend, so I think I'm just gonna throw a rager over here to watch the Royal Rumble. So if you're a wrestling fan, you want to come by, I know me and Wrestle Rob will be here, order some food, have a good time, watch the
You say
Royal
Papa
Rumble.
Hen,
Yeah, like Mother Hen, Papa Hen. I called myself the mother out of nowhere.
but
So
hen is a female chicken, no matter what.
What's a man chicken?
see,
What
I
do we call
can't
it?
get anything
A
by
rooster.
this fucking guy.
A rooster. Cock of the walk.
Damn, that's Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
My my God. All right. Well, listen. Thank you guys for bearing with us today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. Appreciate that as well. It helps us with the search. I know today got a little heated in the beginning, and I'm not about to sit here and backpedal on any of my words. I stand where I stand. I'm going to keep curating Cowboys content on my own dime and do my own thing with my good
all
friends.
You investigative ladies out there.
Stop investigating your men.
Don't be so offended.
God damn. No, if I did offend anybody with that comment, I do apologize. It wasn't my intent. Everybody knows who I am and what I stand for. I have a baby girl at home. Love her to death. By the way, she was the first one to greet me today and hug me. And she knew Daddy was upset because of the Cowboys, and she was right there. And we had a great weekend, by the way.
I saw the pictures. I seen.
Yeah, we had a great weekend. Me and my daughter really bonded over the weekend. It was very, very, very nice.
Wait till she's 15. You got to take her to the mall, and guys are saying, "Hey,
what'd you say?
A little Papa Hen,
whatever, man, whatever. Love you still." All right, I'm out of here. Sturch, Gooch, Rob, Ant, Ash, who is also a Doug Heffernan fan.
Sean, I think that if the Bills fans pray hard enough, he might just have a shot.
Maybe if they go fund me.
No, but on the real, does DeMar Hamlin play next year? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you could pray for it, but I don't know.
We can't ask Chris this. He has no kids. Would you let your kid play again if that happened, even if they were?
First of all, here's the thing.
Isn't he an adult?
That's what I'm saying. It's the letting. It's the verbiage of saying let him play is not.
I understand.
I have no control over that.
I'm saying, but you would be concerned.
Sure, of course, yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. I would right now. Do I want Miles to grow up to be a quarterback in the NFL? 100%. But like, there's a lot of my friends that say I'll never let my kid play football. There's a lot of people like that, and that's unfortunate. We have some people in Chop Sports that I found out. That I found out the hard way, by the way.
And you get on your back, and when I blow this whistle, you guys are going to get up and run into each other full speed.
Welcome to that Oklahoma drill, right? And she's like, and there was actually somebody on Chop Sports. I forget his name on Chop Sports, and he's definitely an Eagles fan. But he was talking shit and he was getting on me, and I was like, "Yo, are you even old enough to make comments like that?" Because I looked at his profile picture. He's like, "That's my kid, you dick." Like, when did that become commonplace? I know Ken Palman, same way. They have their son or their daughter, like in their, whatever they do for sports activities as their profile pictures. But if I don't know you and you're on Chop Sports, I'm going to think you're you.
No shit. Yeah,
guys talking so much shit. I'm like, is he allowed to use these words as a 14-year-old?
Bro, I listen to my nephews. They're allowed to use whatever words they want.
But put on a headset
when there is no one
kids are playing Call of Duty or Fortnite, bro.
Oh, I could have been arrested for hate crimes during Madden, but like,
bro, it's crazy now though. It is like you're like,
bro. There's like they're in the pool. They're in the pool, and God forbid if like a cousin comes over or something, they just like he like farts or something. Like, it's over. They're ruthless to these kids. They just don't
kids these days, I tell you. But yeah, so guys, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday.
In front of Scoops kids because they can't hear.
Oh my God.
Why you guys those guys that try not to curse in front of kids?
I didn't curse in front of my dad until my bonus mom Barry was around. By the way,
Scoop gave me the opening.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I was like, man, you did it again. I did see the comment from Rob on Facebook saying like, oh, we're all looking forward to going to Papa Sturch's and bonus mom Barry's house. So they have officially become characters on the show, which is great. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys for life, my man George. Thank you for watching today, everybody out there, Cowboys Nation. Appreciate you tuning in. We do this on Mondays and Fridays. We're also live every day on Mojo Market. Go subscribe there. We talk ball the entire time over there, adding NBA. A lot of shit going down the pipeline. A lot of new shows over on the Premier Streaming Network. Another contract that we're under. The Jersey Boys are over there. That's my Cowboys release. So head on over there, download that app. Sign up now, all that stuff. A lot to get into with all that. So thank you guys for watching. Go Cowboys and Niners next week. Get it done.